obtaining ISSN number is going on with the Central Education Ministry, thanks to the standard of our peer-reviewed journals. The first law journal in Tamil was released by the university in September 2022. This university has established an e-journal for the first time, was released in the year 2023. Further, our students themselves are running a journal, Ambedkar Law University Journal, popularly called as ALUJ, which is also an example of reputation of our university, by which total 16 journals this university is publishing, which is a record when compared to other law institutions. This university has the proud of elevating our law graduates as administrators in the cadre of IAS, IPS, IRS and IFS, judges in army, civil judges, etc. One is Divya Darshini IAS, secured all India first rank in the civil service examination and was serving as collector Dharmaburi district till recently. This is the first state law university commemorated India's G20 presidency by organizing mega national G20 summit simulation on a broad theme of tourism between 20th August and 22nd August. More than 40 experts deliberated extensively on the 5 themes: green tourism, film tourism, cultural tourism, medical tourism, and revival of tourism in economic sector. The Honorable High Court judges, Deputy High Commissioners of Sri Lanka, Russia, and other consulate officials from 12 nations, eminent academicians, stakeholders, and eminent personalities from the field of medicine, tourism, film, environmental, culture, and macro, small, and medium-scale enterprises had taken part. Besides, 200 students from all over India have participated in that simulation round. Our Honorable Chancellor participated and graced the valedictory session also. The outcome was sent to the Ministry of External Affairs for incorporating in their submit. Our university is second to none in the extracurricular activities also. In sports, students have bagged medals and prizes in various sports competitions organized at the state and national level. Association of Indian Universities, New Delhi, has selected this university to organize South Zone Inter-University Hockey Tournament for women last year and chess tournament for women and table tennis for men have been conducted recently. This university excels in NCC activities, which is being appreciated by the director of NCC New Delhi with his presence in our campus. Our university participated in the Republic Day parade 14th time continuously, which is a record among all institutions all over the country. Besides, this university bagged lot of medals in different national level competitions conducted by DGNCC through its different camps. I am extremely happy to inform this august audience that this university Vice Chancellor was selected by the Ministry of Defence, New Delhi, to confer colonel status and has been appointed as a colonel commandant of this university, which was purely based on merit in Scout, NCC and patriotic activities. Our university never fails to upkeep the patriotism in the minds of students, teachers and other people of the society, for which periodically we do many events in this regard. Recently, we have conducted a massive rally consisting of 500 plus students and teachers in commemoration of Subhash Chandra Bose Jayanti. This university is publishing 5 books on unsung heroes of Indian freedom movement, which is a lovely project of our Honorable Chancellor. This university is releasing yet another book on contribution of Tamil Nadu lawyers to the freedom movement in India shortly. After a long gap of 13 years, recently this university has recruited 48 assistant professors after facing lot of legal headaches by following strict norms stipulated by UGC, our university regulation and the monitoring committee direction, which was a very transparent, honest and meritorious, and the selection is being appreciated by many. Through this report, I am extremely happy to present before this August forum that this university, under the able leadership of Honorable Chancellor and Pro-Chancellor, moving in a right direction in promotion of educational, co-curricular and extracurricular activities and also it acts as a specimen university in the field of law. Now, with the permission of the chair, let me move on to my burden duty to welcome our beloved guest of this morning. Honorable Shri Ravindra Narayan Ravi is the governor of Tamil Nadu and the chancellor of this university. Was born in Patna. He was an efficient and eminent IPS officer of Kerala cadre. He was holding very pivotal positions like Prime Minister Office Emissary for Naga Peace Process, Chairman of the Joint Intelligence Committee in Prime Minister Office, Deputy National Security Advisor, etc. The Governor Chancellor always insists on the spirit of historical oneness of the spiritual and cultural evolution of India and Indians. Through one stage, 20,000 students were inspired by his speech at a workshop on social harmony and national integration held at Gujarat last year, where our students also have participated. He strongly propounded that the growth of the nation rests with the growth of the people. Therefore, he strongly believed that it would take India to the global circuit of leadership by 2047. Many places, Honorable Chancellor's patriotism is witnessed, especially while paying tribute to the valiant members of the armed forces, security agencies, and people who, with their relentless vigil, valor, and sacrifices, defend the territorial integrity and sovereignty of our country and ensure internal peace, stability, and social harmony. Honorable Chancellor interests towards the nation not only vests with the current scenario, but also goes back before the period of independence. He has decided to unearth the dedication of Tamil Nadu unsung heroes of freedom movement, for which he has formulated a project and entrusted to the universities to explore it. He made a close watch on the universities and got a grand success. Now, nearly 100 plus unsung heroes' dedication in freedom of movement was unearthed at his instance. Consequently, it is being made to the knowledge of the general public in the form of individual books. Honorable Chancellor's interest towards the nation can be witnessed while appreciating the services of volunteers and voluntary organizations for their selfless and outstanding rescue and relief to the victim of cyclonic storm Michang and torrential rain and floods in southern districts of our state. He even expressed his gratitude to the fishermen for their rescue and relief services in flood-affected southern districts. He shared the nation's pride on our scientists for bringing glories to the nation with the successful mission to the moon, Chandrayaan-3 and Aditya L1. Honorable Chancellor is balancing the government responsibilities and the university responsibilities as his two eyes. His interest towards promoting higher education through the universities can be witnessed in a periodical meetings with the Vice Chancellors at Rajbhavan and other places, and also its follow-up actions. His frequent meeting with the educational authorities, and even he is periodically meeting the school children without fail. In all the meetings, he, besides the academic activities of the universities and schools, he discussed about the financial position and advocate the way out of all the financial concerns. Honorable Chancellor's benevolent attitude is reflected on his recent direction to the Vice Chancellors to conduct mass organ donation program, through which he has not only created awareness among the youths, but also he has visualized how this program is going to save the huge number of invaluable lives. On behalf of this prestigious university and all dignitaries on the days and off the days, Senate and syndicate members, students and graduates, I extend a warm welcome to our Honorable Chancellor. We have with us yet another coveted personality, a dedicated personality, a devoted personality, a committed personality, of course, a complete man, who is none other than our beloved Attorney General of India, our proud son of the soil, Thiru R. Venkateramani ji. Sri Venkataramanji was born in Pondicherry and schooled at Petit Seminary Higher Secondary School, Pondicherry. Graduated in physics from esteemed Loyola College, Chennai. Studied law at Pondicherry Government Law College and enrolled in the year 1977. Joined in the chamber of P.P. Rao Senior Advocate Supreme Court in 1979 and earned a practice experience of 45 years in the Supreme Court and the High Courts. He set his practice in various branches of law, prominently constitutional law, law of indirect taxes, human rights law, civil and criminal law, consumer law, as well as law relating to services. Throughout his career, he represented various clients, including the central government, state government, universities, and public sector entities in both the Supreme Court and High Court. Subsequently, he was appointed as a senior advocate by the Honorable Supreme Court of India. He was also a member of Law Commission of India twice during the year 2010 and 13. He acted as a receiver in the Amrapali case and also represented parties in the recent Ijab Rao case in Supreme Court of India. He has appeared as a counsel for the Supreme Court in cases concerning the service conditions of court employees also. He is a good orator. He was invited to speak at a workshop jointly organized by the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights and International Commissioner of Justice at Geneva in 2001. He had involved by the International Court of Justice with his activities in the Agro-Asian region. He has recently organized a Commonwealth Attorney and Solicitor General Conference 2024 on cross-border challenges in justice delivery system on 2nd and 5th of February 2024, where our Prime Minister of India has participated and appreciated our Attorney General of India for his earnest efforts in this regard. On behalf of this prestigious university and all dignitaries on the days and off the days, Senate and syndicate members and the students and graduates, I extend warm welcome to our beloved son of the soil, Attorney General of India, Sri R. Venkataramanji. It is my distinct honor and privilege to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed Pro-Chancellor of this university and the Honorable Minister for Law, Courts and Prisons and Prevention of Corruption for his convocation ceremony. With his rich experience as a Central Minister for Forest and Environment, as a Member of Parliament, as a Honorable Law Minister of Tamil Nadu, as a Member of Legislative Assembly Thirumayam, and as a member of and as a head of very many educational institutions, he always acts as a dynamic Pro-Chancellor of our university. Many occasions, we have felt that we have the right person in as our Pro-Chancellor, thanks to his vast experience in running very many educational institutions, including medical education institutions. His loving control over this university helped us to upkeep the dignity and decorum of this university, and his experienced direction could shape us in university's infrastructure. Recently, he has sanctioned 1.72 crore towards establishment of solar power plant in our campus, which will save major portion of our electricity consumption and university money. He has sanctioned 50 lakhs towards establishment of audio-visual video center at our campus, which helps us to do many revolutions in the field of education. To that extent, now we are going to record the lectures and special lectures and send to the affiliated law colleges and private law colleges, besides many other recorded activities. Recently, he has given us 65 lakhs towards purchase of books for the university library, which will definitely help the students to enrich their knowledge. He has given 35 lakhs towards conducting art of advocacy, the training to the students of School of Excellence in Law and the students of affiliated law colleges of this university, which will definitely augment the students to shape their career. We have submitted another proposal for sanctioning nearly 1 crore for commissioning an indoor stadium for sports and games inside our campus. Also, we have submitted a proposal to sanction nearly 70 crore to construct a boys' hostel within our campus. Beyond all, he is having a plan of establishing a branch of this university at Madurai to enable the rural students to study in the School of Excellence in Law of Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law University, for which already proposal has been submitted to the government. For all this, he, with a smiling face, assures us that all that will be done shortly. Really, we are fortunate to have such a nice Pro-Vice Chancellor who always take care of university's interests as a parent, brother, and as a teacher at times. On behalf of Law University and esteemed members gathered here today, I wholeheartedly welcome our Pro-Chancellor. I once again extend a warm welcome to our Honorable Governor Chancellor, Learned Attorney General of India, Pro-Chancellor of this university, and Honorable Minister for Law, Madam Attorney General, Vice Chancellors of other universities, former Vice Chancellors of our university, and all dignitaries on the days and off the days. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
This convocation of the Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law University has been called to confer degree, diploma, upon the candidates who appeared in the examinations recently held for the purpose, had been certified to be worthy of the same. I invite the Chief Guest, through R. Venkatramani, Attorney General of India, to deliver the convocation address.
பட்டமளிப்பு விழா படிப்பு கனியும் விழா. தனி வாழ்க்கையிலிருந்து பொது வாழ்க்கைக்கு அழைத்து செல்லும் விழா. வழக்குரைஞர் வாழ்க்கை பொது வாழ்க்கை. சட்ட மேதை திரு அம்பேத்கர் பெயர் கொண்ட பல்கலைக்கழகத்தில் பயின்று வாழ்க்கையின் அடுத்த படிக்குள் நீங்கள் நுழையும் இந்த நன்னாளில் இந்த விழாவிற்கு வருகை தந்துள்ள மாண்புமிகு ஆளுநர் திரு ரவி அவர்களுக்கும் மதிப்பிற்குரிய சட்டத்துறை அமைச்சர் திரு ரகுபதி அவர்களுக்கும் என் மனமார்ந்த வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். உங்கள் விழா எனது விழா, உங்கள் மகிழ்ச்சி எனது மகிழ்ச்சி. இந்த மகிழ்ச்சியில் பங்கு கொள்ள எனக்கு வாய்ப்பு அளித்ததற்கு பல்கலைக்கழகத்திற்கு எனது ஓதையை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். நான் மத்திய அரசின் முதன்மை வழக்குரைஞராக ஆன பின் ஒரு பட்டமளிப்பு விழாவில் இங்குதான் முதன்முறையாக உரையாற்றுகின்றேன். அதுவும் தமிழ் மண்ணிலே. இதுவும் எனக்கு தனி மகிழ்ச்சியே. நான் எனது உரையை தொடங்குவதற்கு முன் தமிழ் மண்ணின் சிறப்பை பெருமையுடனும் மகிழ்ச்சியுடனும் எழுதிய மகாகவி பாரதியார் விடுத்த கவிதையை நினைவு கூற விரும்புகிறேன். இது விடுதலை என்ற கவிதை. அதில் சிறு பகுதியை மட்டுமே நான் படிக்கின்றேன். பறையருக்கும் எங்கு தீயர் புலையருக்கும் விடுதலை, பரவரோடு குறவருக்கும் மறவருக்கும் விடுதலை, திறமை கொண்ட தீமையற்ற தொழில் புரிந்து யாவரும் தேர்ந்த கல்வி ஞானம் எய்து வாழ்வோம் இந்த நாட்டிலே. சட்டக்கல்வி தேர்ந்த கல்வி, பலவிதமான விடுதலைக்கு பாலம் போடும் கல்வி, தீமையற்ற தொழில் நிலை கொண்ட கல்வி. இந்த கல்வியில் மனப்பாங்குடன் தொடர தொடர சமூக வளர்ச்சிக்கு உறுதுணையாக இருப்பதை நீங்கள் உணர்வீர்கள். எல்லா கல்வியும் வாழ்க்கையை புடம் போடும் பயிற்சியே. ஆனால் சட்டக்கல்வி பல கோணங்களிலிருந்து மாறுபட்ட கல்வி. பல்வேறு பார்வைகளை அனைத்து ஒருங்கிணைத்து சமநோக்குடன் அணுக வைக்கும் ஒரு கல்வி. ஒரு விஞ்ஞானியைப் போல சமூகத்திற்கு உகந்த தேவையான புதிய கருத்துக்களை உண்டாக்கி சமூக நலத்திற்காக சிந்திக்க வைக்கும் கல்வி. வழக்குரைஞர் தொழில் தன்னலம் பின்னடங்கியே இருக்க வேண்டும். கட்டுப்பாடுடன் கூடிய உந்துதலும் கண்ணியத்துடன் கூடிய முன்னோக்கும் கனவுகள் கலந்த ஆர்வமும் ஊடுருவும் போது இந்த தொழில் மனநிறைவு கலந்த உன்னதமான வாழ்க்கை பாதையாக இருக்கும். உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் எனது மனமார்ந்த நல்வாழ்த்துக்கள். உங்கள் அனுமதியுடன் நான் ஆங்கில உரையை தொடர விரும்புகின்றேன். I quote from the President of USA, John Adams, a statement made way back in 1780. He said like this: I must study politics and war that my sons may have liberty to study mathematics and philosophy. My sons ought to study mathematics and philosophy, geography, natural history, naval architecture, navigation, commerce and agriculture in order to give their children a right to study painting, poetry, music, architecture, statuary, tapestry and porcelain. What did he mean by that? From a study of war and peace to a study of peace. That's what John Adams talked about in 1780. So we are gathered here to celebrate your joy and happiness, to celebrate a milestone in your life. I congratulate each and every one of you who have graduated and brought pride and joy to your parents. Those of you who earned higher academic qualifications or doctorates and LLM deserve special appreciation. May you all grow tall in life and the profession and constantly strive and endeavor to set up the highest standards of professional conduct and accomplishments. The 13th convocation is an auspicious event. 13, sometimes we have a question about 13 number. But I thought the 13th convocation is an auspicious event. The Italian expression, fere tradisi, which means literally make 13, means to hit the jackpot. 13 is a lucky number. For Colgate University, in US, founded in 1819 by 13 men with $13, 13 prayers and 13 articles. In India, the 13th day of lunar fortnight is known to be highly auspicious, and in Sanskrit is called Trayodashi. The multiples of number 13 are 26, 39, 52, 65, etc. The difference between each next number and the preceding number is also 13. This day is therefore good for friendship and bonding. So you would be happy enough to graduate on a lucky number day. When you joined this institution, you moved out of the closed environment of school into the world of exploration of ideas, that is jurisprudence, experiences that are cases given for study, and explanations that are judgments and textbooks. You began to ask questions. You also found that in law, many answers of yesterday's are open to questions today. The demands of equality and fairness have begun to raise in our minds many questions which seem to elude final and irrevocable answers. The ideas of justice and dharma in the Tamil epic Silappatikaram may seem universal and contemporary, yet declared antiquated. What was conceived as right and due in Kambaramayanam may be open to current thoughts. The Star Chamber of England and its use as a political persecution will have no place in current times. The Grand Inquisition, which suppressed freedom of thought and faith, are condemned chapters of European history. Our nation can boast of thousands of years of contested ideas and faiths living together, yet we have debates about them. So it is that educational institutions are meant to guide us on acceptance and accommodation and to promote values of pluralism. The study of law today is also about pluralism of different sorts. Pluralism of global legal knowledge, global legal exchanges, and global legal institutions. Before I get deeply into today's discussion, I wish to observe that the Indian students of law, we are committed to national consideration, national welfare, national integrity, and national regard for diversities. The freedom struggle, which had common national spirits, and the constitution making were grounded in outlooks going beyond sectarian considerations. Our strength is our diversities. Our strength is our outlook of equal regard for all values and ways of life. Our several languages, ancient and existing, our histories and literatures. There can be no room for despite the denigration of languages, cultures, peoples and places. The East and the West, the North and the South are all our spaces and concerns. None of us have the authority to arrogate to ourselves the power to become absolute masters of lives and destinies of others. Our duty and freedom, our obligations and liberties as individuals and collectives to constructively fashion compliance-worthy and constitutionally sanctioned codes of conduct must coexist with the above. Conduct which promotes these will be the land of freedom which Rabindranath Tagore envisioned and which poet Subramanya Bharati wrote about in his piece Vidudalai. Kanyakumari to Kashmir is not a mere physical or geographical space, but a vast interconnected national tapestry of history. We are the guardians of such interconnectedness. The study of economics in 19th century was a closed field of mere transaction between individuals and the state. Now, it is a study of social activities and state power and state responsibilities. In other words, it is a study of dynamics and flux. So also the study of law till recently was a static study of mere unconnected subjects. Now it is a study of the dynamics of social action. The emergence of the Constitution as a governing document has turned a new chapter, never to be turned back. Your study of law today is therefore a techno-constitutional study, and in times to come, it will be justice knowledge study, driven by the dynamics of pursuit of justice in the pursuit of peace and the truth for all. Broadly, one can include in the legal universe several subjects. And then why I am asked you to look into these laws and subjects, which are going manifold. As we move further, we will notice that the study of all these involve and require us to anchor our thoughts differently from the way we studied some of them, maybe even soon after independence. That is why we may consider study of law as a techno-constitutional discipline. I wish to focus on how the changes have occurred and why the future of the legal profession will be different as we get more and more conditioned by technology and liberated by technology. Our technologies today govern and enable all our transactions, and we cannot go back or afford to go back. Our personal information notebooks are both in public and private spaces and square. Our governance institutions cannot function without them. We need technology also to break away from traditional work and employments which are enslaving and lacking in dignity. In a publication titled Law, Innovation and Technology, it is said that technology is said to disrupt the traditional debate about whether and why we should respect the law. Thus, our current engagements on study of law will be incomplete without talking about how to make laws worthy of compliance and how to make them by balancing hugely competing claims. All spheres of discretion in public management are now considered opposed to rule of law. This is like a good road map which cannot show the pitfalls in the road ahead. The task of moving towards a just social order or just institutions is further compounded by the new technology waves of information and connectivity, the intrusive use of technology, our near slave conditioning by technology, the new intelligence systems they are creating, and the attendant problems of new forms of crime and deviant behavior. These aspects we study not in isolated penal legislation. Every law, virtually every law in all spheres of life, now demand and require varied compliances. It can be a domestic violence law, or the environmental law, or the information technology law, laws relating to drugs, or relating to economic securities, and so on. All of them provide in regard to punishments. The police state is in a way. We are in a quandary as to righteously govern and to have virtuous social order with or without such penal provisions. In other words, no part of our life and social transaction are free from the holds of penal elements of law. No conventional signs of penology will apply to these socio-economic legislation, as we think that balancing the demands of constitutional preamble of social, economic and political justice and freedoms need these penal elements in all laws. Let me go back to technology. No part of technology is free from abuse. A knife can be used for a kitchen use and also for killing. The internet and the cyberspace are like Jekyll and Hyde. What regulations of technology use will satisfy rights, protection, and what will not. The visual and the social media are both spaces of freedom and space of malevolence and mental extremities and aberrations. The tensions between privacy and social control are not easily manageable. The conflict between social security and national integrity and subversive use of technology are complex and subtle. The global attempts to regulate visual and social media and the resistance against it takes us to the fundamentals of social order and private limits. 10 dimensions of technology regulation have been propounded in a publication titled Dimensions of Technology Regulations. It is suggested that we look at the different types of technology, the innovative extent, the place occupied by it, the time a technology is stood by, etc. How do we generate standards of evaluation and how do we design norms and methods of regulation are questions that are no longer national issues. If the way we studied contract law in early 19th century or even taught law is to be pressed into service in these areas, there can be serious roadblocks. As a student of law in contemporary times, we are thus called upon to develop a new science of description. This I may call techno-economic descriptions for dealing with socio-political good and ills. Science and mathematics are about asking questions and about verification and refutation. The Nyaya Shastra, the Indian thought, also taught us about verification and refutation. What about law? What is verification and validation in law? The laws and decrees made in the assemblies of peoples, if treated as stuff of settlement of disputes and disagreements in life, are courts the only field of verification and validation? How and why are courts final in the verification or validation of legal principles? Remember the famous statement of Justice Jackson of U.S. Supreme Court about the court that, I quote, "We are final not because we are infallible. We are infallible because we are final," end quote. Is a world of justice a laboratory which never sleeps as answers and questions are in perennial competition? It is by journeying along these lines that you as a student of law began your voyage as an explorer. Study of law, like study of science, is about exploration. Study of law is not mere stories set out in judgments, demanding just explanation in support of a law or a judgment is a close correspondence to science. We need to pay attention to how this connection is important for practice of law in all spheres. In other words, if you are not trained in a special way of science relevant to law, you are not fully equipped. We are tempted to ask the question, can there be a laws which are scientifically valid? Can we establish dispute resolution institutions which can work like laboratories? I ask of you to constantly reflect and ponder on these ideas. A convocation talk is not a mere coffee table fading chat, vanishing along with the warmth of the coffee, or a pet table talks of do's and don'ts. It's something beyond that. The problem is, however, is our constant disagreement with what was perceived as just and fair yesterday. The connected problem is how do we arrange norms, principles, systems and procedures to balance diversities in life and diversity of perspectives and ideas and emotions. What is the role of law in these matters? The diversities are differences in economic opportunities and status, differences in faith and language, or even differences in natural endowments. These cannot be handled by any textbook prescriptions. When political ideologies tend to offer all good time economic or social prescriptions, they can fail. Constitution and laws endeavor to manage the diversity and keep moving in direction that are likely to lead to equality in every aspect of life. Let it be clear that none of the balancing arrangements we plan or visualize can be under mere paperwork. Each one of our balancing diversity involves social, economic, and financial costs and state of mind, weights and joys. Our budgets can be drives in wilderness or tiresome march through deserts in search of oases. Our political party manifestos can be too ambitious to be converted into workable principles. As we move into a technology-driven world, many other questions emerge. No law today can be away from accountability scrutiny. I understand that we're entering a world of several uncertainties. Law schools teach about rights, about governments limited by constitutional provisions, about federalism, about the lofty connection between the preamble and the directive principles, about judicial review, and compulsively about judicial activism. We eulogize Justice Frankfurter of the US Supreme Court and passionately talk about Montesquieu and separation of powers. At the end of the day, the following statements are made in the study of the US constitutional law about US Supreme Court. I quote, "Today, more than 30 years removed from the retirement of Chief Justice Earl Warren, that hope seems remarkably naive. Contemporary constitutional scholarship is dominated by articles and books arguing that judges are ill-equipped to solve the social problems that trouble us, and that their past efforts to do so have been inept, ineffectual, or worse, and that when their decisions not merely reinforce current sentiment, they unjustifiably impose the views of cultural and economic elite on the rest of us. The debate in India is not very different." I understand that such statements belong to the past, and as we move into the dense jungle of technology domination and global interconnection. Before I go into some intricate science and technology issues and the challenges to legal management of them, I wish to quickly scan study of law elsewhere. If you scan the programs of courts of law in different parts of the world, it is that national focus in different countries is national laws and national court systems. But at a common level, almost in all countries, you will find study of law involved international trade and commerce, international relationships, and even comparative law. European countries offer an excellent example of comparative studies. Students go to some universities in Germany and Russia to study comparative legal studies. The European Court of Justice or of Human Rights applies principles of law prevalent in many European nations. The European Charter of Human Rights has become the source for a corpus of law of fundamental freedoms of equal value to international human rights law and practice. Study of law in several Asian, African, and South American countries fall in the same pattern. A 3-year or 4-year course, or like a 6-year study in Germany, are how basic legal studies are structured. But what needs to be noticed is how there is a convergence of subjects of study or the fundamental changes in the foundation of the subjects themselves. I look back at a time when law colleges produced lawyers who learned procedural laws. I belong to the generation and studied the penal code or the contract and personal law, and after independence, the constitution and some other aspect of tax laws. These were studied as unconnected subjects. Either you become a civil or a criminal lawyer. Lawyers were tied up to the litigating court system and became a partner in the system, and no larger questions regarding social responsibilities of courts were ever asked. The image of a lawyer called for huge changes. Well, the image of a lawyer was one of a respectable social status. Freedom struggle called for huge changes. Post-independence, the scene changed. Even then, the focus and attention was on producing a court-tied-up professional who will sell his or his services for a cost. The court as a litigating space continued to be the theme around which study of law would revolve. Even today, the core focus is on producing litigating legal professionals. The global and domestic social and political changes, the global impact on economy, the global exchanges of human values are now irreversible. Technology has played a great role in this development, and it will play a larger role in the future. Who is the future legal technocrat? How will she or he design institutions for resolution of disagreements? Whether the current court system in the physical space will be able to cater to the huge demands of the future. Let me digress a little. It's instructive to read what Alexis de Tocqueville wrote in his Democracy in America, which he wrote while being asked by the French government way back in 1895 to study prison systems in the US. He talked about a new political science that is needed to inspect democracy and how mediating institutions could play a role in moderating the tyranny of the majority. Who can be these institutions? He found that in America, lawyers were the obvious choice as they, he said, belong to the people by birth and interest, to the aristocracy by habit and by taste, and they must be looked upon as a natural bond and connecting link between the two great classes of society, unquote. He thought about the connection between the broadening of the franchise and the lawyer's influence in public business. He thought that the special information which lawyers derive from their studies ensures them a separate station in society, and they constitute a privileged body in the scale of intelligence. They serve as arbiters between citizens, the highest political class and the most cultivated circle of society, he said. Looking at the European history, he found that lawyers' influence in European political life had been volatile, working with the aristocracy in England and against it in France. Having nothing to gain by innovation made them somewhat conservative and fostered their natural taste for public order. He thought, I quote, that this particular class of men will most likely play a prominent part in that order of things to which the events of our time are giving birth. And he thought about with a great visionary future. He criticized English lawyers for accepting injustice as natural and using legal jargon as an instrument of mystification. In a way, he was looking into the future of the legal profession in democratic country, and we're witnessing it today. How much of all this such reflections about role of law and lawyers as a great mediating class made in 1835 are relevant and true in contemporary times? We are indeed a privileged class, privileged by reason the tasks assigned to us. Our studies, like that of science and technology, give us a separate station in society. But the question is, how do we practice our privilege and how do we cultivate consciously our separate station in society? The answers do not lie in mere rules of professional ethics. As we move into a different machine age, different from the pre-information technology age, both study of law and practice of law is going to be different and fundamentally different. However, this branch of knowledge, if one may call it justice knowledge, will serve social interest in many ways and will be playing a prominent part in manifold aspects of social arrangements, social changes, social order, and justice delivery. The future of the legal studies will be about reimagining justice knowledge. I come back to a few challenging science and technology matters. There is a growing debate about the intrusive use of technology, CCTV, biometrics, databases, and other tracking technologies corresponding to what the George Orwell thought about in his great work, 1984. They're all information baskets about each one of us. They can be used for purposes of criminal investigation, as also for tracking generally. They can be used for more benevolent ends and distribution of welfare benefits too. The Puthiya judgment has spoken about the right to privacy, so also several judgments elsewhere. The 2008 judgment of the European Court of Human Rights in Yes and Marper versus the United Kingdom, which found that retention of DNA profiles violates Article 8 of the European Convention, tells us how difficult it is going to be to do the balancing act between public interest in crime detection and privacy. The same difficulty of balancing can be seen in the recent judgment of the Supreme Court in the electoral bonds matter. The choice between two courses of action in technology regulation or use is thus going to be a major challenge. There can be no social action without data or information. Economic order or other social decisions cannot be in the absence of data. Just as the stock exchange lives by minute-to-minute information, taking decisions require emerging information. Implementation of policies and laws cannot happen without information. The pace with which new technology arrives will determine the changes in our lives. The speed of technology change, let us say post-independence, in the past 70 years will be displaced by a more swifter technology changes. One wonders whether by the next 2 decades, the life conditions for all peoples of the globe will be different from what it is today. When conditions of life changes, so will study of such conditions also change. I visualize new course of governance, new forms of governance institutions, and new legal methods of new legal methods emerging. These challenges therefore require from us readiness to adapt and move ahead. We will drop our habits of thoughts and actions grounded on mere attachments to divisive identities such as superiority of faiths or creeds or languages. How will your study of law and practice in contemporary times be in remaining in the past? The Constitution cannot sleep. It is the antithesis of Kumbhakarna. It is unlike a Shakespearean play without an end. It is destined as an idea and as a process to pass through periodic discoveries about what is best. The deeply rooted element in human consciousness to grasp, to fathom, and to project civilizational urges will inform and enrich these discoveries. Institutions may be designed, experimented, and discarded, as after all, even among altruists, there can be serious disagreements. It's all for the above reasons, I say, that the perennial test of our commitment to an open society will always remain a challenge. But before we walk fast on the calls of the future, we have some urgent tasks to perform through rule of law. Attainment of equality of economic and social status is the task. Only we can insist on the values of rule of law and have the courage to insist that those in power abide by rule of law. If rule of law is a non-violent revolution, we need to practice law in a way that non-violence informs all our conduct and thoughts both in personal and professional life. While feeling great about political freedom, one bias from colonial powers, Dr. Ambedkar prophetically mused about economic freedom and the task of liberation of the depressed. On 22nd December 1952, Dr. Ambedkar spoke at the Pune District Law Library on conditions precedent for the successful working of democracy. He quoted Walter Begott, an English writer, who talked about democracy as government by discussion. Among certain conditions, he emphasized the importance of public conscience and moral order in society. As we move into greatly contested public discourses age, an age of intelligent technology, an age when opinions of doubtful validity can be easily and infectiously generated, our responsibility and engagement in articulating regulations and refining rule of law increases. You are graduating from an institution dedicated to a great visionary and thought leader. You must creatively internalize his thoughts for the future. Your graduation today be a dedication to his contributions, and let the dedication continue to guide you ahead in personal life and professional field. அனைவரும் வாழ்க வளமுடன். வளர்க தமிழகம். அன்றைய வள்ளுவனும் நேற்றைய பாரதியும் உரைத்த அறவுரைகள் நம் நல உரைகளாக தொடரட்டும். வணக்கம்.
Let the candidates be now presented.
Mr. Chancellor, I present unto you 21 candidates for Doctor of Philosophy in Law and 1 candidate for Doctor of Philosophy in Interdisciplinary Studies who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degrees. Usha C. Usha C. Amara M. M. Sivaraman. Gauthaman N. S. Vijayan. Hepzibah Beulah. Krishnaleela S. J. Devi. Vishagamurthy N. B. Jawaharlal Nehru. Krishnaveni Sivanyanam. Sulil Raja M. Gomati Shankari R. Meykirti M. Srividya V. Subhashni A. G. Vijay Kumar. Vijay Karthik V. Santosh Kumar PG.
Mr. Chancellor, I present unto you 1,282 candidates for undergraduate degrees, postgraduate degrees, diplomas in the Faculty of Law from the School of Excellence in Law, who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degrees, diplomas, and to be awarded the prizes and medals. Harini N., the recipient of University Gold Medal, NEPC Trophy, Honorable Justice K. Veerasamy Endowment. Niveda P., the recipient of University Gold Medal and NEPC Trophy. Induja C., Honorable Justice K. Veerasamy Endowment. Madhumita S. V. Dasaratha Ramaya Memorial Endowment 2. Sasi V. V. Dasaratha Ramaya Memorial Endowment 2. Shubhashini M. Sri V. Sridevan Endowment. Vinu Sri G. Sri V. Sridevan Endowment. And PTA, the recipient of Sri A.R. Venkatrama Iyer Endowment. Divya M.B. Sri A.S. Venkatrama Iyer Endowment. Sonu Mehta S., recipient of University Gold Medal, Professor Tirumalaisamy Adiseshan Endowment, Honorable Justice K. Veerasamy Endowment, Professor KGR Scholarship. Akshaya M., recipient of University Gold Medal, Professor Tirumalaisamy Adiseshan Endowment, Honorable Justice K. Veerasamy Endowment, Madras Bar Association Endowment. Vaisheshwari N., recipient of NEPC Trophy. Yamini S., Justice M. Srinivasan Endowment. Yuvashri P., Honorable Justice P. N. Bhagavati Endowment. Harshini R. Justice M. Srinivasan Endowment and Professor KGR Scholarship. Preeti S. NEPC Trophy. Setu Priya N. Honorable Justice P. N. Bhagavati Endowment. Nimra Ali is the recipient of University Gold Medal, Madras Bar Association Endowment, Ms. P.D. Sanjana Endowment Scholarship. Rugma S. the University Gold Medal and Ms. P.B. Sanjana Endowment Scholarship. J. Shalini S.R. Ms. P.B. Sanjana Endowment Scholarship. Aparna R. University Gold Medal. Mansi Setia Jain, recipient of University Gold Medal. Jayadurga, recipient of University Gold Medal. D. 11 in the recipient of University Gold Medal. Afrin A, the recipient of University Gold Medal and Madras Bar Association Endowment. Lakshmi Priya A, recipient of University Gold Medal and Madras Bar Association Endowment. Muhammad Wasif Khan, the recipient of V. Dasartha Ramaiah Memorial Endowment 1. And Sharmila Banu M. V. Dasartha Ramaiah Memorial Endowment 1.
Mr. Chancellor, I present unto you 4,534 candidates for undergraduate degrees, postgraduate degrees in the Faculty of Law from the affiliated law colleges who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degrees, diplomas, and to be awarded the prizes and medals. Parameshwaran, University Gold Medal. Hema Priyadarshini, University Gold Medal. Nitya Priya, University Gold Medal. Hemalata, Honorable Mr. Justice S. Ashok Kumar Gold Medal. Kritika, Sri A.S. Venkatramaiah Endowment. Dora Christopher Yanaya, Sri S. Venkatramaiah Endowment. Saraswati, A.S. Venkatramaiah Endowment. Burslin Mahim, Honorable Justice K. Veerasamy Endowment. Bavitra Selja, Honorable Justice K. Veerasamy Endowment. Kalevani, Honorable Mr. Justice S. Ashok Kumar Gold Medal. Bhakya, University Gold Medal. Madras Bar Association, Professor Tirumali Sami Organization Endowment. She is taking 3 medals. Supriya, Government Law College Dharmapuri, and she is also going to take 3 medals. University Gold Medal, Madras Bar Association, Professor Tirumali Organization Gold Medal. Jivisha, Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, late Sri V.V. Ramana Rao Endowment. Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, Pooja, late Sri Ayodhya Ramaiah Endowment. Yuvraj Pandian, Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, Sri Ramachandran Endowment. Abdul Kader, Honorable Justice P. N. Bhagavati Endowment. Carmel Jensi, Government Law College, Tinaveli, Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok Kumar Gold Medal. Tuyaval, Government Law College, Vilupuram, Honorable Justice Veerasamy Endowment and Anand Rao Endowment. Rajasagar, Government Law College Viluppuram, Anand Rao Endowments. Naveen, Central Law College Salem, Honorable Justice P.N. Bhagavati Endowments. Kar Kudali, Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, late Sri Ayodhya Ramaya Endowments. Priyadarshini, Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, late Sri Ramana Rao Patnaik Endowments. Yogeshri, Government Law College Madurai, Honorable Justice P.N. Bhagavati Endowments. Praveen, Government Law College Trichy, Anand Rao Endowments. Shanmugapriya, Government Law College Coimbatore, Salem Advocate Sri K.R. Radhakrishnan Endowments. And Honorable Justice P.N. Bhagavati Endowments. Vinita, Government Law College Tinaveli, Honorable Justice S. Ashok Kumar Gold Medal. Divya Darshini, Government Law College Vellore, Honorable Justice P.N. Bhagavati Endowments. Nisha, Government Law College Viluppuram, Honorable Justice K. Veerasamy Endowments and Anand Rao Endowments. Kalaivanan, Government Law College Chengalpattu, Anand Rao Endowments. Vallarmati N, she is going to take 3 medals, 5 medals. University Gold Medal, late Sri Ayodhya Ramaya Endowment, Madras Bar Association Endowment, Honorable Mrs. Justice Ashok Kumar Gold Medal, Thirumalai Adiseshan Endowments. Arogya Mary, Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, Thiruvallur, late Sri Ayodhya Ramaya Endowments. Arul Prasanna, Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, Thiruvallur, Sri V. Ramachandran Endowments. Roja Sri, Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, Thiruvallur, late Sri Ayodhya Ramaya Endowments. Sandhya, Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, Thiruvallur, late Sri Ayodhya Ramaya Endowments. Vinish Sudarshan, Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, Thiruvallur, Honorable Justice Ashok Kumar Gold Medal. Gajendra Prabhu, Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, Thiruvallur, late Sri Ayodhya Ramaya Endowments. Gokul Prashant, Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, Thiruvallur, late Sri V.V. Ramana Rao Patnaik Endowment. Mohana Priya, Government Law College, Salem, Honorable Justice P.N. Bhagavati Endowments. Litni, Government Law College, Theni, Honorable Justice P.N. Bhagavati Endowments. Manjari Sugirta, Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, Thiruvallur, late Sri Ramana Rao Patnaik Endowments. Monika, Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, Thiruvallur, Sri V. Ramachandran Endowments. Sudarshan, Government Law College, Honorable Justice Veerasamy Endowment, Anand Rao Endowments, Anand Rao Endowment for Company Law. Rakhi Krishna, Saraswati Law College, Dindivanam, Anand Rao Endowments. Abhirami, Chennai Dr. Ambedkar Government Law College, Thiruvallur, late Sri V. Ramana Rao Patnaik Endowment. Thank you.
A pleasant good morning. Mr. Chancellor, I present unto you 408 candidates in absentia, namely 52 candidates for postgraduate degrees or diplomas from School of Excellence in Law and affiliated law colleges, 113 candidates for undergraduate degrees from School of Excellence in Law, and 243 candidates for undergraduate degrees from affiliated law colleges in the Faculty of Law who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degrees and diplomas. Thank you.
Let the candidates stand and take the pledge. We shall, in thought, word and deed, ever endeavor to be scrupulously honest in the discharge of our profession and shall uphold the dignity and integrity of our profession and the honor of our university. We shall uphold and advance social order and well-being of our fellow citizens, and shall devote all our energy to promote the unity and integrity and secular ideals of our country. By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law University, I admit you to the several degrees, diplomas of law for which you have been declared qualified in this university, and in token thereof, you have been presented with those degrees, diplomas, and I authorize you to wear the robes ordained as insignia of your degrees, diplomas. Let the candidates be seated. I dissolve this convocation.
On behalf of the Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law University, our Vice Chancellor will now honor Honorable Governor Chancellor with a memento. We request the Vice Chancellor to honor our Chief Guest, the respected Attorney General of India, with a memento. Now, we request the Vice Chancellor to honor our Pro-Chancellor, Honorable Minister for Law, with a memento. Thank you. பட்டம்